Let's do a summary of the lecture. Quadric surfaces. I'm going to talk about cylinders, paraboloids. Paraboloids come into hyperbolic paraboloids. They have two different types. Elliptic paraboloids, and then talk about ellipsoid, talk about cone, hyperboloids of one sheet, hyperboloids of two sheets. So what are the cylinders? Cylinder, typically a variable is missing. A variable missing. So let's give you an example. Let's say x squared plus z squared equal to 1. And so what happens is that the variable that is missing, if I set it equal to a constant, for any constant you get the same shape. And now if I want to draw this picture, let's see, even without any other, I don't even need any other cross section. So I have x, y, z. Every time y equal to constant looks like this page basically. All of those shapes are going to be the same, and they're going to be circles. So in x and z plane I can draw one, and then parallel to that, oh, that was a little bigger than I was expecting, but yeah, a little like that, a little like that. You can tell it's forming, and then you can tell that it's forming a cylinder basically. So let's draw it one more time. You can either use a cross section the way that I used it, or you can basically draw like that now and put the other side of the cross section not in the page. And so sometimes you can see something like this, like x squared plus y squared divided by 4 equal to 1. That's an elliptic one. And instead of looking like that, it will look like it's not circular, it's a little bit more so to that direction, and you have like that. And the missing variable is z, so it's going to grow in that direction as elliptic. You can also see stuff like this, y plus z squared equal to 1, which this, if I solve for y, I get a parabola, and this would be in the x direction basically. You will have y equal to 1 minus z squared, so it looks like going that way, and then you can put it together and show it in the x direction. So that concludes our talk about cylinders, except that maybe one more thing. So cylinders can be the cylinders that we did over here, or can be the ones that look like a page bended in the space like that, or two pages bended in the space, like hyperbolic cylinders. This one was parabolic cylinder. Now over here, paraboloids. You're expecting one variable at least with order 1, right? So one with order 1, and then you're expecting two variables of order 2 at least. So I'm giving you the simplest one I can, and then I don't know if the signs of the order 2 are going to match or not. And so here I can put in plus and minus. And then let's see. If I have the one that is of order 1, if I set that variable equal to constant, if that constant, let's say a constant that is not equal to 0, if the constant is not equal to 0, with a minus sign, I see a hyperbola. With plus sign, I see ellipses basically. But if the two signs match, I see ellipses. If the two signs don't match, I see hyperbolas. And so let's say k. In this case, I'm going to emphasize that. I will see k is equal to y squared minus z squared. So depending on whether k is bigger than 0 or less than 0 or equal to 0, the direction of hyperbola changes. For example, in this one, because k is bigger than 0, it would look like it will open up in the y direction like that. And then if it was less than 0, then it would open up in the other direction, in the z direction. And if k was 0, then it would be just 2 lines, because it would be x squared equal to y squared equal to z squared. It would look like that. Sorry. And so you can see that it gives me a lot of information. And over here I can see also x equal to constant gives me k equal to y squared plus z squared. Again, if k is bigger than 0, I get ellipses, y and z. If k is equal to 0, then I get a point. In this case, it's going to be 0, 0, 0. The point may be different, depends on the shifts. And so the other things that I'm going to get from here is that if I said y equal to a constant, I get a parabola. And if I get z equal to a constant, I get a parabola as well with a plus sign. So let's put that plus sign in here. So this example would look like this. It would be x equal to y squared plus z squared. This one, x equal to y squared minus z squared. But it explains it to you. And so for these, I get parabolas. Over here, I'll also get parabolas. The parabolas may change the direction, basically. So for y equal to a constant and z equal to a constant, parabolas. And here's where the name comes from. Something to consider when I'm drawing a bunch of x equal to constant cross sections. Here's the x, y, and z. X equal to constant, I can start with yz, and in the yz direction at point 0 I get at k equal to 0 I get 0. For negative value of k, this cross section doesn't exist, and then I would get little ellipses, and they're getting bigger, and then I have the parabolas opening in this direction and in this direction. So overall, this is what you're expecting. It looks like a bowl. And then over, or a Pringle, however you want to call it, basically. Now let's talk about ellipsoid. Ellipsoid looks like this: x squared plus y squared plus z squared equal to a constant. If there's no denominator, it's a sphere. If there's denominator, for example, here, then it's other ellipsoids, basically. And whatever I set equal to constant, I get ellipses. And notice that all of the variables are appearing of order 2, and if I put them on one side, I get the same sign. Now, going from here, I'm trying to see what shape it would look like. So in the x direct, if I set, let's say, z equal to a constant, I will get, for a specific constant, obviously that's something that you work out in the lab, and you see that basically it goes higher over here, it goes like that, and it goes down like this, and then you have a few of them going this way. As you get away, it gets smaller, and then the other cross section would be ellipses this way. I think we have enough of them to realize that this is like a outer shelter of a football. Now let's talk about cones and hyperboloids of one sheet and hyperboloids of two sheets. One thing that I want to mention, they all have the variables of order 2 appearing. One of the variables doesn't follow the sign as of the others. If you basically put them all in one site. And so I'm going to put that down. Again, the difference between that and ellipsoid is obvious here. With cone, what happens, let's see, I'm going to tell you a little bit intuition in here. If I have x, y, z, and the variable that is missing, that is of different sign is y, so the cone should lie in the direction y, right? That's your expectation. And then you want to have in this case, for y equal to 0, you want to have only a point. And that's only possible if you have a 0 over here. Now, hyperboloids of one sheet. This is the picture. And again, because y has a different sign, I put it in the y direction. And what you see is, because it's hyperboloids of one sheet, you're expecting all cross-section in y direction to be an ellipse. And therefore, what you want is, if I put this equal to a constant, I want to make sure that the other side is going to give me something for the radius, basically. So what I want is to have something positive in here, rather than to adds up with the y squared, basically. Now, for hyperboloid of two sheets, again in the z direction, you are looking at, let me, before going there, so let's say here maybe I want a 4, because then all the y equal to constant gives me ellipses. And over here, basically what will happen is, this is what you're expecting, two little balls in the different direction, approximately that shape, and then you're expecting for a bunch of values, including 0 in this case. If I set cross-section y equal to 0, I should get nothing. And how does that happen? That happens when I have a negative value in here, let's say -4. And so when I'm computing in here with a -4 and I'm setting y equal to 0, it's impossible, so I don't get anything. But also in this case, if I set y equal to 1, I still get nothing, or y equal to -1, still get nothing. And that's the sign that if I want to do a quick recognition.